Peace, peace. This is Mass Quasi, Go Hard Gambia. Uh, peace, family, peace, subscribers. If you don't know who I am, I am Mass Quasi. I basically moved from the U.S. over to the Gambia. Uh, it's been 4 years now, but the first time I came was 7 years ago. Since then, I've established myself within the community here, offering training, free training to Gambian men and women over the past 4 years. And due to that training, I was able to get them up to a level where we were integral in the building and still are in the building of, businesses. So those who know me know I was a part of assisting several people here, getting their business going. And I still do the same thing. However, tonight we're gonna have on Afridamus. Afridamus is a brother that I met about a year ago, or it may have been a little bit less. He has his channel, the Afridamus Report. You guys can go and check that out on YouTube. However, he's a Gambian brother living in the States. He's a Gambian brother living in the U.S. who had decided to make a YouTube channel so that he can, talk about issues that are facing Africa and issues that are facing us as a Black nation globally. So you're gonna check his channel out, Afridamus. Tonight, we're gonna talk about some issues that are facing Gambia in particular, because that's where I am. And I've been able to be on the ground here for 4 years, living and working, prior to the mass influx of people from diaspora. So I see Afridamus here. We're going to bring him in just one second. However, I was able to, be on the ground and see, the transition from nobody from the U.S. coming to actually having an influx of people from the U.S. coming. And immediately, Big Z, what's up, Big Z? We gotta get together, brother. Hit me up tomorrow after this one, man. I'm shutting it down, but I want to chop it up. But yeah, so we have, seen some serious things that are bringing instability into the country. We see actions from individuals that are coming over from the diaspora who are looking to exploit, the Gambia and the Gambia people, and as well as the people that's coming from diaspora, and it's really a sad situation, but that's what we have to deal with, So this is what we deal with in the West, and just because we come over to Africa, that's not automatically going to erase itself. That history of hate and division, and dog eat dog. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep this to under 1 hour, and we're just gonna talk about some issues. So I'm gonna bring in Afridamus. Let me go ahead and click here.
What's
Brother,
up?
how you doing? Afridamus.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I think this is probably like my 5th or 6th interview, brother. But I'm working it out. It's important.
Right.
It's extremely important for people to hear, and for our people who can create content based on their knowledge and background, to contribute to this whole body of people looking to repatriate, reconnect, and rebuild the mother continent. So big ups to you and your channel.
Hey, thank you. You're absolutely right. I mean, in the beginning, or even right now, there are some people who are really confused about what my channel is all about. They think I'm here to divide, divide the people. But if you think about it, everything we've talked about, for instance, before I even came in, you've touched on mostly things that, you know, stop the movement that you You know, when you went to the Gambia initially, it was just you. There was no foundation. You cleared the way, you know, and then other people came later. And there was this drama that
Hmm.
was brewing over where it confused a lot of people, right? But
Yes.
so many people, there are, you know, lots of people out here on YouTube, they don't want to talk about these things because quote unquote you're being divisive, you're being negative. But if no one is talking about these situations, the movement itself that many people are looking forward to will
Hmm.
not come to reality because those bad apples would continue to exist. So my channel came into play where I put it out on the table and say, hey, look at the other side of the coin. So like even when you came to my channel, I interviewed you. You know,
Hmm.
mostly you saw in the chat there was some people mad at you, mad at me,
Hmm.
you know, because I can feel it when you speak, right? It's coming
Uh,
from your heart, you know, because you are working, you are seeing something that you work so hard for and continue to work hard for. And then
hmm.
other people come with their drama. I mean, bring their drama from America, you know,
Hmm.
same old story. You know, it's one of those things. If you
Yeah.
take an old man and put the old man in a new car, it's still an old man.
Right. Right.
So,
Hmm.
so the fact is, people have to change their thinking. But you
Hmm.
see, like, I understand where you are coming from because you really mean the things you say and you want to see these things that you're working on, you want to see it succeed and you want
Hmm.
to bring in more people.
Right.
But the drama, the drama that comes with it, imagine if all of us just ignore it, sit here on YouTube and pretend to go along. And the people, you're over there working, right? And people are
Right.
saying, oh, Kwesi this, Kwesi that, Kwesi is just complaining, but you're not
Mhm.
even there. You don't want to even listen to what the man is saying.
You know something important when last year, you know, prior to anyone coming, you know, I came and I invested time. First, I had to make the jump, and I did that 7 years ago. I came over by myself, you know, and you know, I wanted to see what, you know, was it really true what Akon said. Akon said that you can build a Fortune 500 company over here within the space of 5 years, you know,
Right.
which is absolutely true if you're a builder, a business
Right.
person.
Yeah.
And I was able to come with my own money, my own resources. You know, I married here several times. I have children here. So, you know, I came over here for myself. I wasn't, you know, as an entrepreneur, you don't try to, drag a whole bunch of people along with your idea. You
No,
establish
because
your idea, then
yeah.
they come behind and they become a customer of your idea. You know, so what happened is, our people are the demographics from the US is largely demographics that is a matriarch system
Yeah, a
where
lot
you
of
have,
women
yes, you have a
or
lot of
feminine
women.
way of thinking.
Right, right. So when these newcomers came over, now people that I've talked to people 10, 20 times. You know, a lot of people they don't want to get involved with any type of drama. They don't want their name dragged out there. You know, so I don't think it was I think people were more scared to be dragged into the public. Like right now, a lot of business people here, they don't want to be on YouTube. You know, so that's
So
what that. Mhm.
so there's a lot more people on the ground that
There's a lot of
we
people.
don't even hear about on YouTube.
A lot of people don't want to be here because even recently, when the first attack started and things were being exposed. So if you come over here and you create the most drama, you should expect people to be critical of that, and you should expect to create enemies. And I think with that environment, when I left out of my house and got involved with the repatriation movement, of course, I started with the biggest vlogger at that time. I met her only 4 weeks after leaving out this house. And from there, it was,
Oh, who's that?
Juliet.
Oh, okay, Black Set.
Right. That's
Okay.
that's when I left out to work within the repack community, because I was just here. And I was working my businesses and things from here. But I said, let me go out and participate in the community. Maybe it'll be different.
How
But I
did
came
that
to
go?
find it did not go well at all. Immediately I saw, people seeking attention. I seen people, miss dealings, miss business dealings, not looking for collective solutions, but looking for instant gratification.
But what do you think? Do you think okay, what the issue that came about that created all this drama?
Mhm.
Just okay, maybe so you have the idea of building, you're like, hey, I came here with my own resources, I want to build. But
Right.
now you have people who probably have just the fantasy of repatriating to Africa. Like they have, it's like a holiday type thing. Everything
Mhm.
has to be laid out. No,
Yeah.
they don't have to build it. So when they realize that it has to be built,
Mhm.
then they started, creating the drama, saying, you
Well,
know,
you know what it was? It's the lack of respect for institution. Particularly a brotherhood and sisterhood. It's just dog eat dog mentality. It's that the competition. People chasing capital ideas, capitalism. Individualism, materialism. The same plagues that have destroyed us in the West, and even the continent here. Just
mhm.
our greed and our division amongst one another allow us to be dominated by a smaller number of people. You
So
know,
do you think it was mostly people have their ideas of um, like about who's to be on top, like power hungry, like because for me,
Mhm.
like Juliet, I don't know her in person, but what she exudes on camera, because you can
Uh-huh.
tell by things the individual says, and I've made several videos about her. People might think I don't like her whatsoever. In fact, that's not the case. But I figured somebody like me is needed to call out the BS that we see, right?
Yes,
But you
definitely.
don't have to necessarily, it doesn't mean you don't like the person. So,
Oh,
for
no,
instance, you
not at
look at
all.
it, even like, I see even like the Negropean, for instance, he made videos where I don't make those type of videos about her because at that point it becomes trolling, you
Mhm.
see. But I want to speak on things that are based in facts, you see. So even if it's going to make people uncomfortable, I'll still talk about it. So do you think
Mhm.
most of the people you were dealing with in the report community, um, like even though they say this is a community like group, right? But truly it's about their own individual interest. Like they really don't care about a bigger picture, like this bigger community to succeed.
You know, you know what? I just made a post from it's Alonzo World, right? Let me put it back up. And he said, bro, your idea was a great one. Execution was the downfall. Transparency had to be king. But I wish you all the best, brother. You know, the problem came when the people from the US came. We still have a community, but what the problem came when you had women. So I'm here, I'm laying the foundation. I was here 4 years. I came 7 years ago. So for 3 years, I'm setting things up with my first wife here and my partner who actually found this compound here. So this was a long time commitment before I even got here.
Oh,
So
okay.
once got here, it was 3 years of me coming back and forth. The second time I came, I proposed to my first wife. She was the first sister that I met here in Gambia. And I have 2 children with her. So the idea is that Here we were. I was laying the foundation, and we had a community. We still do have a community of people here. All right, and one of the things about community is that everyone can participate in the community, and you don't have one person dictating what takes place. All right, as in
Right.
a proprietorship business or as in a dictatorship. However, there's a few people that have been here on the ground that know me, that come around, and every time they see me, they see, there's a lot of activity. We got 8 different businesses we're working. It's about 20 of us, that actually live within properties that we have and we own. And we have partners as well, investment partners here, but all of that is not out in the public like that.
Oh, and
So
and sorry to cut you, but if you look
yeah.
at another thing also that brought a lot of negative cloud, that even pull people in that are not thinking this way, like Juliet, her fight for saying automatic citizenship, stuff like that. So you've been in the Gambia this long. Does it even matter if you have the citizenship or not? Has it ever even affected you? I mean, you're married to a Gambian, so you
Well,
qualify at some point.
this is my position. If we're going to come back and make a positive contribution, then that's something that we can negotiate. But
Right.
if you're not coming, particularly if you don't have any finance and money, therefore you have no political power. So it's not going to happen. Why should we get automatic citizenship? We understand that we have roots here, but that was so long ago, and we live in a real world of real politics and real colonialism.
Yeah.
You know,
So that's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, when she started, making that a talking point, um, the Gambians, like especially online and in the diaspora, they
mm,
started looking at the whole thing as being negative. So she
automatic.
casted, yeah,
They started seeing that as being negative.
no, like the way Juliet was presenting it rubbed, many Gambians online rubbed them the wrong way for some reason.
I mean, I think that would be understandable. And then her presentation is like you can look and see if a person is sincere. But now, to come and have that type of demeanor and have that type of arrogance towards, in her dealings. All right.
Well,
So,
that's why I poked holes. That's why I challenged it and broke her video down. And if she was sincere, she would have come and say, "Hey, challenge her position," right? But
mhm.
instead, I don't know. She want to be a narcissist. Want to be, seem like, oh, people are just hating.
Well,
So
check this out. We got Paul Williams. He said there's a lot to be admired about Juliet, but she is what she is, and she needs to be called out for her dodgy dealings and lack of accountability with charity monies. You know, the situation with Juliet go really, really deep. When Watermeyer came, I met Juliet just less than 2 months after Watermeyer came. You know, Immediately I started to see that this whole YouTube and the celebrity was
yeah,
going to be a problem, as with anybody. So as far as the movement is concerned, you can't have a brand and say you represent the movement. No, the movement becomes an institution, almost a non-for-profit. Okay, if it's a
okay.
movement
Hmm.
and we're assisting, okay, it'll be some monetary
So do
implications
you
in
think do you think the fame got through, like
I think
made her,
everybody
got
see that.
too, yeah.
It,
So
you know, it, it just made her more who she really was at the end of the
right.
day.
Oh, of
She just
course, because
Mhm,
yeah, people say this. It's like, for instance, you give a man $1 million, and they
mhm,
said the money changed him. No, the money just showed who the man really is, or
right.
the woman. Um,
Uh-huh.
that's
You,
just, money just helps enhances who you
mhm,
really are, or fame,
mhm.
or if you have fake power. You see?
Hey, check this out. In terms of transparency, what we had going on last year, anybody that we engaged, I have a business and it's all cloud based. So if I engage you in any way, I'm gonna put you into a thread with two other people who are going to actually be administrators, admins.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything I do, I can't micromanage it because when you micromanaging and you trying to write things down like Juliet used to do, because you
Wait, she
trying
was
to,
micromanaging everything?
and we're not going to make this about her, but I'm glad it came to the day. Even if I had to be the sacrifice, because she encouraged those ladies last year. They got a lot of support. When you go back and look at the videos, and now that everybody see the character of these women, when you go back and see how this community embraced them, that's what we should be scared of. We have these people that's going to come in and they're not going to be checked. They're going to just go around and they're going to have the biggest, a platform in terms of repatriation movement without having to, be accountable for lies. You know what I mean? For intentionally misleading people in business dealings and their business dealings with other people, corrupting relationships, valuable relationships that we need. There's certain resources that we need to connect with. So you want to create an environment where the environment is so toxic and the people that are coming are very toxic as well.
So did they even did they bring the baggage of involving the police, the law into this shenanigan?
I'll tell you this, a lot has been said about the situation. It's the initial accusations last year of fraud and mismanagement. We had the largest economic community here. We had 40 people. It wasn't just about me. We had
Oh,
another.
okay. So there's other people
There was
that
40 people at the time. We had over 500 members that had came through an organized process. People, you got to start looking at the people who are making accusations. Most of the time, they are people that don't have nothing going on for themselves and never had, against people who are well-established people. But the unfortunate thing is, like, most of our community have a lot of fear. So anything will scare them off. Any little thing will scare them off. They don't have to.
scarcity mindset.
And that's all a part of the plan. But one thing for sure, a mass collective movement, as far as us being unified, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's going to be small pockets of people. A lot of people are coming doing businesses.
Do you think
But
honestly the downfall? Okay, this I've said this and people think it's crazy controversial. Instead of just saying this person black, I'm black, therefore, they too should come and do this with us. Instead of getting like-minded people who are resourceful, who really understand the process of building, instead of making it a movement that is open to any and everyone. Because now this movement is attracting other characters too, who are coming to the Gambia and other places who have completely different motive, and that can tarnish the image of the people that are genuine about this.
Well, I think the influx of people and what we've seen and what we're seeing and what's coming out, as far as the activity of the people here is, it presents a clear and evident danger to stability here in the country. And last year, when all of this stuff was going on, see, everybody didn't know that there was people from other YouTube or organizations, people who were established here, people who are promoting inward investment into the Gambia, people who are promoting come to the Gambia and help to build Gambia. These were the main people behind the defamation of the movement. Because, like I said, we had a community. If anything, they should have took a responsible role, and somebody could have contacted me. Hey, Quasi. But no, they supported that. They supported that, and they emboldened these these individuals, these agents, these agent provocateurs of the movement, and these stooges to bring
Are these
instability
people on?
to
Are you
us.
saying like YouTube? These individuals, are they in Gambia or here in the diaspora?
Well, I spoke about it before, but of course, I was working with Juliet, and when I left her and went to art, we had a problem. It was an initial flare up, but there was a truce that was established that we would keep everything off of YouTube for the integrity of the movement. I had a meeting right here with members from the Black Sit organization and business development myself. So we agreed to go our ways, and however, as we started to build, we started doing some major things and getting a lot of attention and getting a lot of investors. So that came, a lot of people were hating on that because, they did not want to execute on those ideas and they had their own capital motives.
So,
So us working together.
so when the people you were working with, is is it like you guys came together, put money together to, people individually own their own compounds, properties, or build
we
like an
we
entire
were
community?
well, we
Like
had
I've seen a video of I don't know if you know a guy. I think his name is Bomani in Ghana. They
yeah, I know
built
about
I mean, I saw a video not that long, about this community that they built. Is it the same concept?
it's similar. So we had investment partners and we had investment properties and things like that. We still do, and we make things happen like that. But it's not as big as it could have been, and it was on its way to going. And then we also had a land development project it just got held up, but we're still moving forward with that to build our own off-grid community. However, these are the ideas that we need. We need to be able to come together and build community and first establish ourselves, and that way we can help the broader population. But coming in and setting up businesses right next to door to Gambian businesses is just a continuation of oversaturation that we see in the U.S. And we're not really attacking the real problem, which is the foreign imports. We should be coming together as communities, creating industry, importing machinery to create products that we need here on the continent, not importing more secondhand goods to sell
Yeah,
to.
but a lot of the people, like you're talking business, a lot of the people that we have been seeing, what they show, especially on YouTube, they don't look like they're there to build. They're just there to party.
Yeah, they're tourists. It's largely
Yeah,
a tourist
yeah.
mindset. When they come here, and I hate to say it, it's like
So what
it's
is
a
it like when people show up? Because I've been seeing some pictures. So are they looking to, you know, um, do like what you just explained to build, or they're just,
well,
tourists?
everybody, the majority of the people that's coming, and you're speaking to someone who was able to. Um, I created the website for Blacksit and Art Kathy, who were the largest people at that time. So people were becoming members. So I've seen over 1,000 people, their family house side. I would speak to everybody for both organizations. I was the one that say, how many people are with you? When you coming? What type of income do you have? What's your background? Right?
Hmm.
So 70% of the people don't have a strong income. They want to come over here and they want to be a part of a community where they can come and they can exchange labor, for room and board, or some type of bartering process or some type of system where they can come in that would help them establish themselves as far as building a home.
So,
So
if do you honestly speaking, right? Like you just said, because everyone things they can go, but the financial part, how important is that? Like, can you just go there and make things happen without money? Thinking that you're gonna do the barter system. Like, how important it is for you to have money?
You have to have money coming here. You have to have an income stream. You're not going to get a job here,
Hmm.
so you have to have an income stream. And I think that's why you had so many people that ran to YouTube and still are going to YouTube, thinking that they can make income from there. You can if done right, but only a few people do that. You have to have another product. You have to be selling land or doing some real estate or something like that. But like I said, it just creates more competition when done as a collective group. You have the power of the Lebanese, you have the power of the Indians, you have the power of the Chinese. But right now we're just tourist consumers for the large
And
majority.
and you have, another part people don't touch. Like, I know lots of Gambians also who are building and own these businesses. I don't know, if you connect with some of like those Gambian people.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of lot of Gambian contacts here. People who are building, So we have 8 different businesses that we're doing, from vacation property to contracting, transportation. We have agricultural projects, but most of the community that we have are Gambians.
So what has the transitioning been for most diasporans that come, as far as their interactions with the people? It
Well,
looks like Juliet is like super Gambian now. She looks like she
you
never.
know, a lot more stuff is going to come out. People are trying to distance themselves from her. You
Oh,
know,
okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
okay,
mean, like I said, it didn't even have to get to this point. It didn't have
right.
to get to the point where her
And
her
these
flaw
are like Gambian
made.
people.
Hmm?
I said these are like Gambian people themselves.
Well, like I said, yeah, like you said, a lot of Gambians who are here on the ground, they were saying, I was just speaking of, who is this lady over here demanding citizenship, and she's mulatto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if
Oh, they
anybody, this,
said that. I can see them saying that.
you know, think about
I
it.
can, yeah,
Not only you mulatto, you acting like one.
yeah,
You understand? And the things that you're doing, and the dealings and the arrogance, and then how you just gonna trample over the movement, trample other people over people who are actually true Pan Africanists.
yeah.
Like me, I'm here, I'm married here, I have children here, I have Gambian children, right?
So you're
Her,
fully,
who she has.
You're invested.
I'm here. Even
Yeah,
if I leave, even if I leave here, I'm still here.
yeah,
I'm rooted here. My grandchildren will be here, and the children after them, they will be Gambian.
yeah.
But what is she? She came here married. She gotta wait for her son to get old enough to have a child. You know what I mean? So she, and then her activities and what she is doing here does not represent the movement or represent what we should be doing to change the dynamic of the global
So
oppression.
so so how do you think? How did she push herself to be the face of it? Because she, if you look on the internet, it looks she's presented herself as the person that you have to go through if you want to enter that, that country, the property game. You gotta
You
come
know
through
what?
her.
That's just the people that's following behind her. But like
Yeah,
I said, most people are looking to buy land and property, and that's all. They're not looking to really come and work as a collective community. They're just looking to get a land, to
land.
buy a
Okay,
house,
yeah,
and
yeah.
live out their life, which is absolutely fine.
Mhm.
You know, if somebody want to come and do that. But then there's those of us who want to build cities, build subdivisions. That's who I attract to me. But in doing that, you got all of these people around. That's why I'm not as available as I used to be. You
So
understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
so
know,
these
so
problems, like, which brought the problems between you and Juliet and the others. Did this affect, your plan as far as trying to get new people to be interested in joining um, this future city you plan on building?
You know what? At one time, I thought we can come together. But like I said, if we can't get Black Acres together, we can't get blacks together,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Which are the two main ones. You know,
Right.
uh, if they can't come together with me, trust me, I'm over here, and the things that I've done, I wasn't even trying to do. It's easy for me to sit down and bring things together because I'm already doing it. Now we can make it bigger, but there's certain individuals in the market, that like I said, work behind the scene to undermine people that have credible reputations and understand accountability. So if you have someone like Juliet, like she was doing at the time, telling hundreds of people that I stole money from her, which is an absolute lie.
Yeah,
You understand
I
what
know.
I'm
I've heard that too, and
saying? You think,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Did that affect as far as people questioning your credibility to say, oh, um, what Juliet? Because there are people that believe what Juliet said,
Well,
but until, like you said, more things are coming.
yeah,
Huh?
everything. Everybody knows she a compulsive liar. I've been seeing that. Like when
Right.
I was here, I used to tell, I was like, hey, listen, we can't let Juliet be out in the public. She's great. She has a great personality. She can move people. She can capture their emotion, but she can't be dealing with them and trying to do any business with them because it's going to get to the point where it is now. And I think more than enough people to have come out. There's more than enough record on YouTube to show that this lady is very inconsistent. She's very arrogant, and she intentionally misleads people and into situations that come back on her. That come back on her, and she always makes excuses. You know what I mean? And that's not an institution because there's no accountability there. That's an individual that's pimping the movement.
So as for how where's things at today, you know s-
Well, this, as far as I'm concerned and what I'm doing, we're very busy. We're very busy, in terms of working our businesses and building and doing contracting and building houses and things like that. We have a few projects that we're working with some Gambians that have land, and we're doing the project management there. And we're about to actually get into producing building materials and things of that nature. But as far as the broader community is concerned, nobody really want to interact with and that's not the spirit. How can I be over here from the west and you got other people that's from the west here, but we're avoiding each other. I don't want to see them, they don't want to see me, they don't want to see nobody else.
so
They're
it's
just like,
like bad energy.
uh, yeah, it's bad
But
energy here.
also, like it's been weird lately as far as Gambia goes. Have
Yeah.
you seen the video of the guy that said he made this video about going? He was in Gambia, in fact, to go look for quote unquote virgins to marry. The guy from Brooklyn.
I saw that video, man, and I was like, wow. It's you know that makes me just go more inward and toward in terms of the culture here. You know what I mean? And distance myself further and further from the repack community, people that's coming over here because, and I see them, man. It's very.
Like you being there, understanding the culture. Like some of these, behaviors that people want to bring and um, like offending. Do you think that would offend the culture? Because like that guy, the video that I was showing. Do you think how would most Gambians react if they see him talking like that?
Already, I think people are talking about the repack community here, there's people already talking all the way to the highest level. I mean,
I've heard.
my situation went all the way up to now. Every time I got into a situation where I had to go to the police and the authorities with this, right?
Mhm.
They would look at me, then they would look at these accusers. Now, every time I'm there with my family. I'm always rolling with, I got my one or two people that work for me, and then, I got my wife there, or, so it's always like two, three or four of us. I never have to say nothing. They start talking to my wife or start talking to the authorities start talking to them, asking them about me, and they tell them everything from Gambian to Gambian. Against you have some crazy woman there that just came there saying, "Oh, he did this, he did that to me," all frantically threatening to kill me. I got threatened right in a serious crime unit in Banjul by Shantae, and I hate
Wait,
to mention her name.
so wait, are you saying they really did the same crazy hood stuff they would do in America? They did it over there too?
Bro, you don't you saw the video I seen you. One of my
Yeah,
accused daughter came out and she just like a straight up hood rat.
right.
She one of the main people integral in disrupting the movement. Somebody that don't give a damn about Africa.
Wow.
Somebody that don't give a damn about Africa was the main person out there on Facebook last year, talking about Kwesi used crack, this, that. When they
Oh,
history
wow.
of substance abuse. They're the ones that had all of these deviant problems and behaviors, not me, but somebody that these two ladies came over here and they were encouraged. They were encouraged and supported by people over here that should have took a higher stance on the situation. So to try to hurt me as an individual or hurt my former business partner as an individual, they said they were going to hurt tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who had to watch on while they encouraged this activity and this bad disgusting
So
behavior.
so what is the police? What do they think about like seeing all this drama and them acting the way they act? Like
Yeah,
how what is the people like that?
this,
What do the Gambian people think about it?
it's dissatisfaction because and it's crazy because we're the ones that's causing all of the drama. If you have a problem, you know how they say don't air your dirty laundry. If you have a problem, you keep it in your community, then or in your household, you deal with it as a family. But once
Right.
you start spreading it out onto the street, people start saying, "Hey, that family in that house right here, they're having a lot of problems. They're always fighting and then spilling out into the street. Maybe they should leave the community now."
That's yeah, that's crazy. So that guy from Brooklyn, um, there were some Gambians already who said they reported his situation to the authorities.
Mhm.
Um, so what do you think the Gambian authorities should do? Is this like a repart problem where repart should hold other reparts accountable, or the authorities should, really be, start vetting, people properly?
I think that something could be done on both ends. I think that if that's something as far as us in the community and holding each other accountable, that's just not going to happen because we don't have that type of structure. It would be nice if we can come together and create a coalition or create some type of association. But like I said, the people that will be involved in it are dealing with a lot of dysfunction. You understand what I mean? It would have to be done in a whole different way. And I don't see that being done. If anything, unfortunately, I see things just getting worse for that community and those who are not integrating into the society. Pretty much the pressure is just going to get harder and harder for them you know, to actually stay and sustain himself here with people like this brother coming over. I don't know, he's a pimp or something.
Who? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that guy. Yeah, must.
it's just
Well, he said he's a pimp.
Mhm.
He also claimed that he put videos on Pornhub.
Yeah.
So
So
just a
you
whole
know,
bunch of a lot of crazy stuff.
like I said, seeing this stuff coming over is not a positive thing, and the disruption, so we're only, that initial um, disruption only opened the door for other people to come behind. Now, initially, we would say, hey, listen, we're unified here. We're unified here. We're not going to just accept anything. They have a saying: when one generation accepts, the next generation embraces it. So when people saw it was a bunch of madness and confusion, it attracted a whole bunch of people that's like that. They was like,
Right.
oh, you know, uh, that's a place where we can go unchecked. We can go over there. We can wild out. You know what I mean? They're a little bit more naive than we are in the States. So we can go over there and try to exploit the situation. And that's what we're seeing. But Gambians are not stupid. You understand what I mean? So what's happening is the diaspora, when being that we're coming over here and we're fractured as individual, a lot of diasporas are getting exploited by people who are taking advantage of them.
So you guys don't have a centralized organization. In fact, I think doesn't Juliet have a organization that she says is for repads? You guys meet and do meetings.
We used a few years ago we used to do that, and then they went to the Coalition of African Descendants. But nobody here participates in any of that stuff. Once they get there and see that it's a dictatorship, they people are pretty much turned off by it, and people go in their own directions, and they don't have a drive towards community. Initially they get a huge turn off if they're coming in that direction. As I've said before, I was like, hey, listen, trust me, it looked nice on YouTube, but when you come over here and you start dealing with that situation, immediately you're gonna. I've seen it. I've seen people turned off from Juliet. And like I've told people in the past, I'm not the type of person to come up here and try to talk about nobody or hate on nobody. I got my own thing going on. Only people who don't, you know, uh, go around hating on people, spending time focusing and researching people because they have nothing to do.
You know,
Or,
I think a stronger organization, like a centralized one where few people be selected to be the intermediary,
Mhm,
would definitely strengthen it. But from the way you're saying it,
mhm.
it's not gonna look good because Juliet and like they definitely on that power trip. They really want that power. Talking
Yeah.
about they're gonna be the reps
For the,
for the diaspora, the 60 state.
they
I'm
gotta
I'm
put
echoing. Hold on, let me fix this. Can you put me in the back and bring me in again? My
take
mic.
you out, bring you back. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's echoing.
Okay.
How about now? Oh, much better.
Okay, yeah.
Much better. So, like I was saying, as far as like a centralized thing, um,
Uh-huh.
instead
Big
of
drive up.
the divided mindset, you see,
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
not gonna work. Oh, he said this guy's borderline genius for business avenues. I said it.
I don't know Big Z talking about himself because Big Z, he's someone that have introduced a lot of ideas and he's been over,
He's
but
been to Gambia.
right.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to more brothers like himself. He came over and had a huge impact on those working with us. He'll tell you he see the activity. He was like when he came over here, he was like, wow. He was like they try to bring you down and you you still got it popping. And
Yeah.
I was like, listen, because the level we would have went to was gonna be so great. Like as you said before, did that stop my vision and plan? Not for me, but for us all, because I couldn't do the work of a nation of people. It takes
Right.
us all to come together. So if it's not my idea as Lonzo. He said, "Bro, your idea was great. Us coming together
So,
as a
so,
community is,
so
you
as
know, let
far
me
as
say this: us coming together as a community is not an individual idea. That's the law. That's what you're supposed to do. If you go somewhere and you're a foreigner in the land, you know, where Africans or Jamaicans or these foreign nationals come to the U.S., they create a Chinatown, they create areas, they create districts, they come together. You
right,
know, us over here to Gambia, me saying we need to work together, that should be a no-brainer.
right.
Not us coming over here being fractured. You know what I mean? But we can't get together because everybody's individual.
Yeah, that's definitely what you said is true. Like you would be more strengthened, if you come together, but also it has to be like-minded people. So
Right.
like now, do you have like a strict vetting process as to who you work with, who can join the organization?
Right. Yes, definitely. Definitely. A lot of people, the ones that come, I think with the whole situation, we get the genuine ones that you know that can fight through the peer pressure. Peer pressure affects us at every age. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but for those who are looking to actually build and do some business as a collective, we're doing things and like, we're taking precautions because, there's too many people out there that just want to, you have YouTubers that's here on the ground. You have people going around sending emails to gossip bloggers about other people here.
Hold on, is this a YouTube gossip vlogger?
Who?
Do I know this gossip
Oh,
vlogger?
listen, I get emails sometimes and people will try to get me to talk about somebody, but I don't do that on my channel.
Right.
Talk about people. I don't post pictures of people and talk about their situation, but I get, and so there's another lady out there that's really been representing Kiki Love Nigeria. She's the only person that really picked up the scent on, of this trash that was here creating all of this foulness, right?
Right.
So she's been on it and she's been addressing it, and that's what need to be done. We need people to come out that's going to address it. When that nonsense was coming out and everybody wanted to pick up on it and put my name in there and put my former business partner name in their captions and their titles and things like that, where are they at now? You understand? Everybody participating in the mass destruction of the largest financial group here now in the Gambia. So where's the reconciliation? Where is the repair? Where's the reparation? Where's somebody saying, hey, these people have suffered injury? The court is going to have to do that. But as a community, everyone's silent now because most of them were with the bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? They're not trying to do nothing here. They just want a YouTube channel and subscribers. And that's just what we have to deal with when we're dealing with YouTube. But like I said, a vast majority of people are watching. They don't say anything, but they need to be able to see somebody. So that's why I'm putting myself out there, so people can see me. But when we do business, everything that's being done as far as business is being done, under, behind the scenes.
So the drama is old news. Now is move forward.
Yeah, definitely. But however, it's not old news because we're still seeing,
The remnants.
right. We're seeing
And did you see Tay said she's gonna spill beans? And I'm sure in that spill beans, I'm sure your story is gonna come up at some point, or maybe more like to rebuild.
to rebuild. Well, she said she got to spill beans. Right now, she has one of the biggest liabilities as a part of this, this takeover that Juliet used them for. You understand what I'm saying? She came out, she's talking about everybody, but she's really irrelevant. She came, she's gone, she's not here. She created a huge issue. She came out, speaking about a situation, with the people, with the other accuser and the other accuser daughter. They started, within a week after they started the biggest disruption in the movement here, they were fighting amongst themselves over money. I warned them. I warned her. I said, "Hey, listen. There's problems already here. This individual, you might want to stay away from her." But they wanted to get together, and that's where you saw the video. They got together. Then from there, they had support. I was watching the whole thing through from people's private accounts. Somebody left their, I had people that was with them that was sending me over information from their messenger of people who they were talking to. It was a real sloppy situation. But I'm looking at all the people that I've known here and that I've talked to, immediately jump to these ladies' sides. And that's why this whole situation, it didn't make it good for anybody. It just made it worse for everybody. Then everybody that either participated or said nothing became the subject of attack themselves.
Yeah, I think overall, man.
Somebody asked me what's my relationship with Mr. Mosley. I don't deal with Mr. Mosley. Uncle Jam doesn't want you. I don't know why you keep on asking me that.
Mosley, who's Mr. Mosley?
There is this guy. I just blocked that guy from my channel because he was saying, "Hey, I see you can't come out to play." So as soon as they start acting weird like that, man, what did you talk about, Mr. Mosley? Renee Marcus, I wouldn't have a clue where Renee Marcus is, but I know Renee made a video about Shantae sleeping with her brother. Shantae had multiple sexual conquests here where she paid money to sleep with people. And this is the type of women, that's what brought this whole movement to its knees.
Yeah, there's a problem of that where, even Go Black to Africa talked about it. They said happens in Tanzania. Said he also got scooped that in Gambia they're doing the same thing on both sides, men and women.
Hey, bro, listen. Like I said, people are going to have sex. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to happen.
Right.
But don't come over and have these practices. Then at the same time, you want to put it all on YouTube. You want to come over here acting a pure hoe. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's a male or female. If you're gonna do what you do your thing in discretion. You understand what I'm saying? We don't need that here. We're not here for that. I came over here. I got married. I don't understand all of this other stuff that people are still trying to live out their teenage years. You 30, 50 years old wanting to hang down at the club all night drinking alcohol. I can drink a little beer sometime, but I'm building for real.
So they still didn't get the teenage years out of their system. They want to relive their teenage years.
Right.
Over in the so I think you should put strong emphasis on saying, hey, this is what it is, builders who are encouraged to come and work with you. Right. Because I think maybe people have a wrong expectation. Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna come there, they're gonna live the 5-star, holiday life.
Well, you know what? This is what we were able to do. But if you come here, it should be like you're coming home. So if you're coming home to family, you should be able to have a place to stay. Right. So what we want to do is what we have is, we do have places where people can come and they can stay, and
at this very moment, like you got how many places do you have currently?
Right now we have 2.
2, okay.
Right now. So between those 2 places, we have 15 people.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, it's about 17 people. 4 of us from the States. All right. We have that's in-house. But we have solar, we have nice accommodations, you can live like a king over here if you have resources. See, I have resources, so it was good for me. So somebody that's coming behind that come and stay with me, they're like, oh yes, this is cool. You know what I mean? And we are able to allow them at affordable price to, have a nice environment where they can live and they can stay until they get on their feet.
Do you work with builders like construction people?
Yep,
Okay.
Senegalese as well as Gambian builders. You
Okay.
know, yep, we have a resort project we're working on. Then we have a house that's down in Tangi that we're working on, as well as we're going into a community project. What we want to do is we want to focus, on a community build, a small one, about 20 homes, and then we're going to move to a bigger project where it'll be 100 or more homes. But the way we want to do it is we want to come together, as Alonzo said. When I first started out with Juliet, we were supposed to get a big piece of land. When you're talking about transparency, and if you have your own business, there's no such thing as, you don't have to be transparent. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's your business, unless you have investors.
Right.
So with my situation, as I said, everything was very transparent. However, we want to buy land as a transparent body, and get a developer that can actually build it all the way to completion for us. So right now we have about 34 people that already pledged to buy homes. So that's what we're doing. And our
So you guys are selling homes. Are they already built or
No, no, we're working towards a project, a
okay?
land development project. So this is a 24-month project. Right now, we have a smaller project, a smaller land that we're going to build about 20 homes, 20 to 30 homes on. All right, that land is already within our network. It's already acquired. So we're just sitting down doing all of the planning in terms of making it make sense for somebody that come in. But we just don't want to sell you land. We want to sell you the whole house. You got
Okay.
the land, the wall, the house, all of that, where you can buy it, put a down payment on it, and then, working through, a developer and working through a bank. That means when your money come, it goes into a bank, and we have
So
multiple signer accounts.
so is there already the business opportunity available, or you want to create a whole new system where, because to have business, money has to exchange hands.
Mhm.
So I mean, because diaspora people would have more money than the regular Gambian. So,
Right.
do you have plans where what sort of business ideas to create where the diaspora would come, so that this money would be, circulating amongst the people? Like any big projects, like what does 2022 look like as far as what people should expect as far as the Gambia goes?
Okay, so you're saying, how there going to be some type of circulation of money
Yeah.
amongst
Yeah,
our.
like what type, like to bring some of the businesses that are they are not around yet,
Okay.
but to attract more diaspora people, because it's going to be a community,
Right. So
and
this
so
the community itself. One of the main components of the community will be an industrial park where we bring machinery in,
mhm,
and we collect agricultural waste, potatoes, onions, fish. You have tons of farmers out here that are losing produce. So what
right,
we would, as a community, we would go we would have a relationship with them, and we would have trucks where we would pick it up, then we'll bring it to our community where we would dry it or put it through some other process: onion powder, onion flakes, garlic powder, garlic flakes, right? Fish flakes, fish oil, right? Whatever it is, or a combination of it, where you put it together and you just, add water, and then, you know what I mean, and you have a meal. That's what we need to get the food that's been wasted, billions of dollars of food, because we have to eat.
right,
Mangoes drop every season on the ground. We can have ton of mango juice. I buy mango juice all the time. I hate it. buying mango juice, and I see it
You're right.
always.
In Gambia, the mango does go to waste.
So the community, 25% of it, 15% of it will be dedicated to
So
industrial.
are there still available farmlands where, because I remember in Gambia they have mango orchards outside, oranges. Can people that are interested in farming, can they still acquire those type of lands with mangoes and oranges in them?
Yes, they can. But me personally, I don't recommend anybody come over here and try to farm. There's enough farmers. There's a lack of agri storage and agri processing facilities. The problem is Africa is losing produce because there's no refrigeration. There's no processing facilities to dry it to extend its shelf life.
Hmm.
So you have potatoes rotting, you have onions rotting, you have okra rotting, you have fish rotting, you have other products that the person will come over here and try and attempt to grow that will be rotten on the ground. So, however, if a person did want to come over and build a little, like I have next to my house, I have bananas. We do tomatoes out there, just on a small scale. But we're talking about large scale community solutions.
So
You
you're
know what I'm saying?
saying, the focus right now should be on how, food preservation, and coming up with ways to create an industry that would cater towards making sure Gambia, like the food there itself, to market it instead of allowing it to go to waste.
Right. There's a guy, Dr. Bilal here, and what he has done is he has taken the cashew and he has patented, multiple ways of storing it and converting it into food items, from ice cream to pizza crust. You can make a dough with it.
Mm.
Wow. So so these individuals that's here already, they haven't got any support. Although our whole community here, we're eating food, right? We should be
Right.
supporting this brother, and we should have a store. One of the things that we should have put and established and put in place is a Whole Food shopping center, or a wholesale or a shopping center, something like a half of a Walmart here, where we came together and say, hey, we're going to import everything we need. I was looking at somebody down here, Isotube Space. These games, Cherry. I don't know who that is, but yeah. So we should have a place where we can go and buy stuff that we buy at Walmart here. We shouldn't be going to the Lebanese and the Indian stores, and we don't have nothing like
Yeah.
that here.
So pretty, you're right, because here there are stores that they are fully everything is from the farmers in the community. That's what you see in the store,
Mhm.
like some of the local ones.
Mhm.
So yeah, but with Gambia, with the electricity instability, do you uh do you think that's like would help, like in the instability of electricity? Would that
Well,
be a issue?
they're actually building a dam. I was speaking with a brother, actually,
Oh,
one that we're doing a project for. Within a couple of years, it's not within a year. This project they've been working on for a long time. I'll get some more information on it. But they're creating a dam that's going to bring power to Gambia.
okay.
Right. So and then there's also solutions. Okay, it's a dam. It's in Mali.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. Something like that. However, the power that could be solved. What we need. I mean, we live in the age of technology. We would just get a couple Tesla batteries and we're gonna be strong with that
So
power.
yeah.
We can find these solutions, but they can only be executed as small groups because
Right.
you have, like I said, most of the people that's coming from diaspora, 70% of them are women, So
it has to be more men that that are because obviously let's just be real. Most of these women, they just want to vacation. They're not
right,
coming there to live.
yeah, and then they get caught up in the drama and things like that. But coming over here, this is not like going to Miami or going to Atlanta or going to LA. Over here, this is a place where we are trying to reestablish a broken relationship. You know what I mean? We are coming home, and our people shouldn't be treated like they're in a zoo. You know what I mean? Most of the people that's coming over here, when they see Africa, they condition our minds to see it as safari, beyond the animals. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Beyond the animals. I hate to say it. It's like, people come over here, they don't see our brothers and sisters as being one, you know what I mean? But something that's inferior to them. You understand what I mean? And that's the attitude and the arrogance. In fact, the culture here is superior to that of ours in the West in terms of, culture itself. I tell people the story of when I sat down in Senegal with the one of my hosts, Daba, and her mother. And this was maybe about 6 years ago, and they had a very humble home. It was very humble. I tell people all the time, my wife that I was married with in the States, it was no way in hell she would have stayed at Daba in the house. But she was like, "You better go get me a hotel room, Mary. Where Mary out at?" But I stayed there because I like that. I like getting out of my comfort zone. I've been to many beautiful resorts and places and had nices at home, but I stayed in a consumas before. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Okay.
No power.
How's it like up there?
Well, it's probably the same way it was 100, 200 years ago where I stayed at. It was no electricity, and you had to go outside and use the bathroom, and it's just land and stuff. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful to disconnect from the world, the status quo, and I slept on the floor, but I got back to my comfortable accommodations. But I think everyone should. And like, my wives and stuff like that, I go to their family house and, it's like, the compound might not be finished. You know what I mean? And,
I know exactly what you mean.
And, sometimes I'll go stay the night at the compound, right?
Right.
And I love staying there. I'm like, yo, I love staying here. It's starting to the compound's starting to get nicer and nicer and fixed up now that, that it's my family. But when I went there, when I first started going there, and I was staying in my wife's room, it wasn't no ceiling there, and you can see the tent.
Yeah.
But now it's a ceiling there, and now it's changing there. She didn't have a bathroom; we used to have to go out. But now she got a bathroom there. But I love being right in there, and breaking down my expectations, my inhibitions. And and being able to, like, my families, when I go there, I sit on the floor. Most people are gonna come and have turn their nose up to a particular environment, right?
So then, what would you say to many who, I mean, how people want to think, being bougie, the American way. I'm about to go get it lit up there. What sort of expectations should they have?
Everything. Anybody that's coming here with the expectations of a Western society is going to have all of that crushed up for them when they come, and they realize when you turn the faucet on, the water might not come out. All right. When
water pressure, how's the water pressure there?
And when the power go out, see, we don't experience that much because we have solar. Like
man, why I'm asking? Why I'm at, man, water pressure. That's my thing, man. If I go to a hotel, the water pressure is not good, I'm picking up the phone. I'm that guy. I'm calling.
Right.
I'm like, hey, what's up with the water pressure?
Right. Those things, like.
So don't expect that.
Sometimes I have to take a shower out of a bucket. I love baths.
I've done that before.
My family in South Florida, Vista Lakes in Orlando. Okay, we got garden tub. When I was there and I get up in the morning, I'll go turn the garden tub on. I'll have the hot water. I'll sit in there and then fill up. I may take 2 baths in a day. You know what I mean? And you can't do that here. If you don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, first of all, you got to turn on the tank for the water to get hot. Then you gotta wait 10 minutes for the water to warm up, and then you get in the tub, and hopefully the pressure is going. Sometimes I'll warm up the water and then the pressure not going, and I just wasted cash power to warm up this tank. I can't even take a bath, and I might have to warm up a kettle of water and wash out of a bucket, But this is not the U.S. This is not Florida. This is not Atlanta. This is not Connecticut. Could you solve those issues? Yes. You just get the proper systems in place, and then you can have that. But people are coming over right off the rip. Last year, my biggest critics, their problem was that it wasn't an AC in the house. It's a fan there, so you're gonna disregard everything else. That the brand new beds, the brand new furniture, the brand new everything. So you can't use the fan. So you want to go to a hotel that's known for sex tourism, and the bed is broke down, because you got all these sexual tourists, in there having sex in and out of these properties. But I set something up for you that's clean. You don't want it because it ain't no AC there, or you just causing drama. And that's what happened last year. It destroyed a lot of prosperity that would have came to the people that was involved.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. But everything is going really, really great now. Everything's changing around. A lot of information is about Juliet and her bad dealings have come out. She was the main problem here. A lot of people was just tired of her. So now that that's out, everybody know where they stand and everybody's moving forward.
So you think better days are ahead?
Oh, definitely, man. Like I said, things are happening. They stopped us last year. We just had to stop for a little while. And a lot of people that came, they weren't builders anyway. But unfortunately, they went and got into the wrong hands, and many of them had bad dealings and things like that. So that's what one lady, she brought property, and she got a false demarcation and built half of her foundation on someone else's property. So, another property, the same lady bought another property by someone that worked with Juliet, and he ripped her off for all the money.
So, like the acquiring land, because so many people have questions as to can you trust the process, and how is it hard, or how hard or easy it is to get a land there? Is it hard?
It's huge problems with land here, as everybody knows. The best thing to do is buy land as a group and get an attorney involved. That's the best thing, because you going by yourself and doing it, you can still you can buy some land. If you don't demarcate it, when you get back, they might have sold it to somebody else and they put up a fence around the house. You know what I mean? So when you do, well,
I'm aware of those.
You can buy land. You can definitely buy land, but like I said, the ratio is probably like 50-50. You know what I mean? You go, so you going. Most people are going to go through the wrong channel. That's the problem. They're going to go with their friend, or they're going to go with someone like Juliet that say send the money over.
Is she still selling land?
Yeah, she just had a video up there today with her selling some land, and there's still no collective agenda, no collective land. Hey, listen, we want to buy this 1,000 by 1,000 here. You know what I mean? It just says sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. And then, people are buying land, and they're going to end up buying land right next to somebody who can't afford to build. And you'll have your house sitting next to an empty lot that they're going to turn into a dump. The donkey cart. The donkey cart guy.
So do you have a area in mind where you've already pictured out where you would want the community to be? Because somewhere close to the ocean, or
We have two. We have one inland. We have one that's closer to the ocean.
Okay.
So it's
What towns?
I'm not going to disclose that right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to disclose that. So people hug to everything. They listening to everything and trying to do their little investigations about what they think, or so they can spin and put some nonsense into it. But we'll just talk about the basics. Everybody got my email, and anybody that's interested in that, they can contact me. And we can talk about that, and we can see how we can work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. What time is it over there?
Hey, brother, we're gonna end this in about 10 minutes, but
yeah, I know. It look like it's nighttime. You're ready to go to bed.
I'm occupying the room right now. I just like, hey, just give me a second. Let me just go.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you go, man. It's good talking to you again. Most definitely, we gotta set it up. You come to the Afridamus report.
Anytime, brother. Like I said, there's a lot going on. And that situation that happened last year. It really don't get enough attention because it hurt the the reputation of the Gambia. It hurt the reputation of the year of return, the century of return. You understand what I'm saying? And the people who are truly accountable, or liable, need to be held accountable. But that's only going to happen in conversation. It's nothing's going to happen to them, and because most of the people that support it, that's the demographic that need to penalize them. But they are guilty themselves of those same deviant behaviors. So as we move forward, we only focus on like mind. And like I said, the community dynamic has to be, instead of 80% diaspora, 20% continental Africans, it got to be 20%, 80% continental African, 20% diaspora, in any group dynamic. So when we have our large community, if it's 100 people there, it'll probably be like 30 people from the U.S., 70% younger builders. We want to focus. Half of our community will be on a career path. It's going to be a corporate campus type of a community where we have our community, but we're going to work there too. We're not going to have a community where everybody has to go out and come in back and forth every day. If anything, we're going to be moving some trucks up out of there, products that we gathered up from agricultural waste in the environment.
Sounds good to me. We'll definitely talk about it, some more.
Okay, we'll chop it up, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thank you. Good talking to you.
All right, likewise.
All right.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.